everyone, welcome to my channel. I feel sort of embarrassed filming this. It's so public, there's so many people, but that's okay. So I'm just about to fly from New Zealand to the UK, which is a massive flight. We have a 10-hour flight from New Zealand to Singapore, and then we have a 4 to 5 hour layover in Singapore, and then we have a 14-hour flight from Singapore to the UK. And I thought in today's video we could see how much I can read during this flight time. We basically have one full day of flying, essentially. So hopefully, oh, thank you so much. My husband just came back with all this delicious food for me. I brought a couple of books with me. I ended up bringing Inferno by Dan Brown just because this book is set in Florence and I'm going to be going to Florence on this trip. So I just think it'll be really cool to read a book that's set in Florence. And then I also brought My Friends by Fredrick Backman. I've been really looking forward to reading this book and I just think it's going to be so good. And then of course I've got my Kindle with me, which has many books. So we definitely have a few options, and yeah, I'm really excited to read. Hopefully I can get some good reading done on this flight. I'm just going to drink my coffee and then yeah. Hi guys, hopefully you can hear me. So far I've read 44 pages of My Friends by Fredrick Backman and I'm really enjoying it so far. I love his writing style. There's just something so magical about it. He has that sort of writing style where you feel like an actual movie is playing out in your head when you're reading. So yeah, I haven't read too much because I was eating and I was watching Mulan, which is so good by the way. And yeah, now I think I'm gonna have like a little bit of a nap and then I will continue to do some reading after that. Hopefully we get some more reading done. Hello everyone, I'm just going to record on my phone in case you can't hear me, but we are currently in Singapore, so that 10-hour flight is done and dusted. I didn't really sleep on that flight at all. I had like a 20-minute nap maybe, And I also didn't read as much as I thought I was gonna read. I still read a decent amount, but I did end up watching 2 movies. I watched Mulan, which was so good. My god, I actually think it's the best Disney movie. And then I also watched Freaky Friday, also so good. But I'll let you know what I read. So as for My Friends by Fredrick Backman, I did end up reading, where is it? 58 pages of it so far, and I'm really enjoying it, really enjoying the writing. There's just some beautiful lines and quotes in this book. And something that I really love about this book is Fredrick Backman is writing almost from the point of view of like a 14-15-year-old. So when you're reading the dialogue and like the monologues of the characters in this book, it reads as if it's like a 14 or 15-year-old thinking it, and it's so lovely, like so good. He's so good at doing that. And I also started, where is it on my Kindle? Oh yeah, here we go. I'm 17% through Empire of Flame and Thorns, which is 67 pages into, one second, let me just get it up, into this book. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna have to DNF this book. Like, I really tried. In the first 20 pages, to be honest, I was about to stop reading it. I was like, really did not enjoy the writing style. It feels like I'm reading a Wattpad book. So sorry, but the writing style was so poor, and it's such a shame because the concept of the book was so interesting. You have these battle dragons, what am I talking about? What are they called? Dragon commanders. There we go. Yeah, you have Fae and you have dragon battle commanders, and there was going to be like a deadly trial. It had all of the ingredients to make a really fun book, but something about me is if I hate the writing style, I'm gonna have to DNF it, unfortunately. Yeah, I read 67 pages of it. Normally I would read like 100 pages to really give it a good go, but I'm so sorry. It was too bad. And I don't want to waste my time reading a book I'm not enjoying, so I'm not going to read that anymore. I will definitely continue My Friends by Fredrick Backman, but then I definitely need to read a book like on my Kindle for the next flight coming up, because it's 14 hours. I'll probably sleep the first like 6 to 7 hours on that flight, because I need to sync up with the UK time. Not that I will be, but I just need to get some sleep because I'm so tired. It's like, what's the time? What's the New Zealand time, Jamie? It's 1:30 a.m. in New Zealand now, so I am exhausted. It's my bedtime, it's past my bedtime. So yeah, I will sleep on the plane at first and then hopefully get some more reading done. I did download Atmosphere by Jenkins Reid on my Kindle, so I want to read that when I've got a bit more energy, because I am just so excited for that book and I have a feeling it's going to be a 5-star read, so I want to read that book when I'm not so sleepy, you know? So yeah, I don't know what else to read on my Kindle. I definitely will need something, especially like while it's dark on the plane. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I'm currently drinking a Coke Zero, I've got a water, and we have a 5-hour layover. So yeah, I will talk to you guys once I have some more reading done. Everyone, oh my god, I feel so much better. I just freshened up, I brushed my teeth, I washed my face, I put on some concealer, blush, mascara, and some lip gloss, and I feel like a new woman. Honestly, it feels so good. I felt so gross this morning. This is my first time ever flying business, by the way, and oh my god, I kind of regret doing it because like now how am I ever supposed to go back to economy? You know, like, this is so comfy. Like when you want to sleep, it turns into a bed. So I had the best sleep. Like I was gone. I'm currently halfway through Atmosphere by Jenkins Reid. Loving it so much. Like the way Taylor can just write about different scenarios. Like for Daisy Jones and the Six, she writes about a band in the 70s. For The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, it's like old Hollywood glam. For Carrie Soto is Back, it's a professional high athlete tennis player. And for this one, it's an astronomer based in the 70s and 80s. And all the talk about space and the galaxy, and you can tell that the author has really done her research here. Such a great book. You can tell it's going to be very emotional, and I'm loving it so far. I'm definitely getting 5-star feels. And then of course I did end up DNFing Empire, Flame and Thorns. Gutted about that one. That's actually my third fantasy romance DNF in the last 2 months. I don't know what's going on, but I've DNF'd 3 of them recently, so maybe it's just me. And what else? Oh yeah, I'm now 123 pages into My Friends by Fredrick Backman. I am really enjoying that one. I don't think I'm loving it as much as everyone else seems to be loving it. I love the messaging in the book, I love the quotes in the book, but I just don't feel overly connected to the characters of the book, unfortunately. But it's still such a wonderful read, and it definitely just catches me in my tracks, especially like all the beautiful quotes he has on friendship and life and love, like beautiful. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sit down and do some more reading of Atmosphere, and yeah.
I know a place where we can go and be alone. So come away with me, nobody has to know where we gonna go.
Hello everyone, so I'm currently back home in New Zealand. I actually filmed that video. Hello Cooper. Hello. I filmed that video 5 weeks ago, and I just never filmed the ending of it because I was on holiday and I just sort of forgot to film the ending. But I thought I would let you know how much I actually ended up reading on those 2 flights. I think I already gave a reading update in regards to the first flight as to how many pages I read, but I definitely read a lot more on the second flight. Way more on the second flight. I was in a big reading mood, and I think I just had a lot more energy, probably because I slept. But anyways, I have it written down on my phone over here. So for Empire, Flame and Thorns, I actually have the physical book here, and it's so sad that I'm DNFing this book. When I look at the physical copy of it, I want to almost pick it back up, purely because I hate DNFing a book when I have a physical copy. I don't know what it is, like it makes me feel guilty. But if it's on my Kindle, I will happily DNF. But anyways, I read 67 pages of this book, and then I decided to DNF it. Of course, I was reading it on my Kindle. And then as for My Friends by Fredrick Backman, I ended up reading a bit more on the second flight, and in total I read 171 pages of this book. I'm actually yet to finish this book. I still have like 75 pages left. But I ended up reading different books while I was on holiday, and I sort of neglected the ending of this book, but I am really liking it. And I'm not loving it as much as I thought I was gonna love it, unfortunately. It's feeling like a 4-star for me. Maybe a 3.75 star. I will talk more about that when I do my wrap up. Love the writing, but I just don't find myself connecting to some of the characters, specifically Louisa, like one of the main characters, and I don't know if I love the way that the book was done. That may be a very unpopular opinion, but I just don't think this is hitting as hard as I thought it was gonna hit, you know? But still a beautiful book, and I'm still really enjoying it, and it definitely takes you on a journey, and you know, it stops you in your tracks with how beautiful some of the quotes are and just like the storytelling aspect of the book. But just the way it's done and me personally connecting to some of the characters, not so much. But anyways, yeah, I read 171 pages of this. And then as for Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I did finish this book on the flight because it was so good. It was so good, so beautiful. Oh my god. The total page count for Atmosphere is 352 pages, if I'm not mistaken. So that means I read, let me count this. That means I read 590 pages on my 2 flights altogether, which isn't like a huge amount because I'm quite a slow reader, unfortunately. Not only that, but I also did end up sleeping, and I did end up watching 2 movies on the first flight. I didn't watch any movies on the second flight, but for some reason on the first flight I was just in a movie mood, you know? Still a decent amount, nearly like 2 full books. Well, like the amount of pages I read almost equals 2 books. Yeah, it's like almost 300 pages each. Anyways, let's talk Atmosphere very briefly. I don't want to go into my thoughts and feelings too much just because I do want to do all of that when I do my September reading wrap up, which will be coming in like 1 week. So I don't want to sound like a broken record and say the same thing over and over again. But I did give this book a 4.5 to a 4.75 star rating. I want to give it a 5 star, but I don't think it has that 5 star feeling for me, which I'm very surprised by. But nonetheless, Taylor Jenkins Reid has officially solidified herself as like a top author for me. I mean, she always has been, but she is just so good at her craft. I just think the way she makes you care for her characters, the way she depicts like feelings and like just characters communicating, especially like in this one when the 2 characters were beginning to fall in love, like the way it was done was just so sweet, so romantic. It had me like so nervous as if I was like one of them. It was just so beautiful. Loved the backdrop of space. I will say the space / NASA aspect of this book, like it is a huge part of the book, but it's not as big as a lot of people think it's gonna be. And that is because the story is about a love story. It literally says Atmosphere, a love story. So I think some people were disappointed wanting more space, and you do get a decent amount of space and like talking about space and astronauts and the NASA program they're in and stuff like that. But this book is focusing on the love story and the emotions, and it was so beautiful. The writing was so gorgeous. Again, I will talk more about the actual synopsis and my feelings towards this book when I do my September wrap up, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, such a wonderful book, and I read it in basically 1 sitting. I think I like almost finished this and then I picked this back up and then I went back to Atmosphere because this just wasn't hitting as hard as Atmosphere. It maybe could have been a 5 star if I wasn't so tired, because I was reading this towards like the very end of the second flight home and I was starting to feel a little bit tired, so maybe I wasn't like as invested towards the end of it. I don't know. I still don't think it's a 5 star book for me, but it's damn close. That is my reading update for how much I read on these flights. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit different to my other videos, but yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!